Alright guys, welcome back to another City Skyline episode. We have just gotten Big Town, which means we can get another plot. Let's get that guy right there, so that we can get a little bit of different power going here. We don't want to be using dirty power, just because that's what the city's going to be, but we do want to be using this guy. So this guy cannot be placed on land, he has to be placed on water, but he does a little bit more than double what the other guy used to do. So if we place 3 of these, let's say 4. I want to keep going here. 5. Oh, we don't have any money. That's good. Stop me. Stop me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just bring you up here. We need another few $100 before we get this guy going in. Our money's not moving. Might just because I'm looking at it. Might just be because I'm looking at it. There we go. We can start getting these guys decommissioned because they are expensive and not very efficient. So if I turn you off, so you know what, we'll just probably just destroy these. We'll do the 2 on the either end, the outermost end. Do a couple. Do a couple. That'll save us some money. These guys are a lot cheaper to run per megawatt, and power will come in pretty quickly here. This episode, what I want to be doing is, since we've got our new office specialization, we've also got all of our roads with that. We want to be changing the highway and how the highway works and how we get on and off the highway, especially in this area of town. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop. We're going to stop. Actually, we're going to go. We're going to let our money run through. We'll probably just wait a minute before we do anything crazy, because I can't really afford to just kind of bulldoze all of this in one go. I'm gonna need to do it in multiple stints. We are currently not really making too much of a dent, but we do have a few new zones. We've got high density commercial, offices, and high density residential. Sorry, I misread that. High density residential. What my plans were was to get high density residential just kind of on this hillside here, so we get more people coming in. We've also got high density commercial. So that's where this zone is going to be so great, is we're just going to get a nice little high density area. This is going to start where it's going to start looking like grids. So let's get our little alleyway here again. So I've been loving using this guy. It's just a nice little 2-way alley. We're going to get, I see my height map. Where is it? There it is. Sweet. Nice little height map. What we can actually do is we can actually flatten this out, just to make it a little bit easier for me. We'll use this tool. We'll give, where's our brush size? I don't see my brush. Did they update it? They did update it. Nice. So you see how I'm just kind of like, oh, they did it by squares. I see. Oh, that's actually much better than it used to be. And you can just kind of do that forever. Costs a little bit of money, but it's not kind of too much. Oh, it's not costing any money. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, this will look terribly good. I like it. Hold up. I get brush size to go to... Let's go like that. Oh, I was just on the wrong brush size. Right, alright. Let's go like this. Let's just make it nice and smooth here. Make it a little bit bigger. Let's make this a little bit faster. Let's go around. Oh, nice and nice. Oh, nicey here. Clean this up, make this a lot more flat, so that we can put our high density up here, right behind those houses. This guy's eventually going to see his own highway exit, so I'm just going to kind of smooth this out so we can get down eventually. Oh wait, I'm building outside too. Is this a mod? Maybe. Might be a mod. Whoops. Maybe. For the time being though, let's just ignore that. I might have done a mod there. We'll start using just kind of our curvy tool here. Nice little sharp corner there. We'll just go straightly all the way back. And then get our curvy tool back out here and start to use the edge again. Curve like that, and then grid this guy really quite tightly up. What we want to be doing here is we want to just be trying to use as much efficiency as possible. Well, actually what we'll do is this, and then connect it all up. The reason I gave it a little bit of a gap there is because I'm eventually going to want to put much larger parks in here. And yes, this is a little bit future-proofed, but there is going to need to be a lot of kind of small little gaps that are just a little bit bigger than what I'm going to leave that spot actually. So that's going to be for high parks and university and something like that. Just not too kind of perfect, but kind of cool looking. And then what we'll be doing is we'll give them this a lot of different stuff. So, actually I'm going to change these alley roads just quickly, because this is going to need a lot of change. On the outside here, roads, this guy, like that. These big roads, though, are going to need to be on the big side because of all the stuff that's going to eventually go on them. There'll be a lot of extra people on these roads. Buses, taxis, all kinds of crazy stuff. So let's get a little bit of change going here. Make these roads just a little bit bigger before I put houses on them. There we go. We've got the outside roads. We'll also do a main road down. Just change that. And that. Money's a problem. See, a little bit more money, and then we can start setting this guy up with houses and stuff. This is going to cost a lot for the midterm while we're waiting, just because of how much these roads all will cost individually. So high density is going to need to be like that. And they're not going to build just yet because there's no connection. Okay, never mind. They are going to build. I'm going to have to pause. Unfortunately. Because there's so much high demand. I do need a road connecting this to this guy quickly before I do anything. So I'm going to do that quickly here. And I'm just going to do that with this guy. There. They're going right in the middle. I want to get a highway kind of going like that, where it's like a skip between here, but I haven't gotten around to doing that highway yet. So there's that. And I also want to do a high density commercial. Once I get this road done, I'm actually gonna change that guy just quickly to be like that. Oh, because that guy's all sorts of weird. And then upgrade 720. As more people start to come in, you will start to see the money go a lot more up. 100, 200, 300 from when I started looking at it. I need a little more of that alley road. Where is it? Sweet. And then we're going to zone the commercial high density right along here. Oh, these guys have no water. That's unfortunate. I will do that very quickly here. I want to do you there, there, and in that pocket there. And then give these guys some water. Along the main roads just to start off. Out of money. Not good. That's all good there. Let's get this area done up here. And some of that. Sweet. Now you can already see these buildings are much more high density, much more apartment-like, much more potential people, 0 to 9 households. Even though that building's massive, there's only 9 houses in it. Must be some pretty big houses in there. So we're starting to see a lot of new stuff. A lot of new stuff. A lot of things we haven't seen before. Of course, we are not using this industry here. There's a lot of ore under there. But we will eventually be using this forestry and this oil. We're going to do this oil first, and then we're going to come back and do the forestry. Just because of look how much forest there is. Look at it. We're almost out of oil here, but you start to see 97 hectares. So it's going up, so we'll hopefully clear this out perfectly. Eventually this area will be cleaned out. So I'm going to actually make this a little bit better for this guy here. This guy, all is going to be done here. Here, we won't do too much there. We'll do a little bit here. I'm actually going to rezone this area so that these guys are doing their part. Nicely there. But there's a little bit more processing over there. We're just going to touch on that area too. Do a little bit there, just so we get all this oil reserves out of here. Now they don't need to be put down yet because there's no demand for it, but they will eventually need the demand because they need workers right now, which are going to be coming from over here. Right now they have to do a huge drive along the city to get to here. They don't even have a pathway. They've got to go all the way through this. These 2 roads are very busy. So what we're going to do, we're actually make a change here. We're going to very quickly put down just a 6-lane road. Where's my 6-lane roads? Not with grass, because it will be paged up for the most part. It will be a bridge over this area. How do we do this? Do it nicely, look nice on that side. And you look okay on that side. And you're gonna be a huge road coming to there. I need $5,000 more. $2,000 more. I lied. We're just gonna come over, meet up with this guy, and this will be a new kind of intermediary instead of that guy. So this road will be a little bit more used than that junction right there, which, although it's nice because there's no traffic signals on these roads, and they're just kind of 3-way roads, it's still a problem that everyone wants to use that road. We want to try and get them using this road, and you're already starting to see a lot of difference from people trying to get from here, there, and vice versa. So that'll be a good change. That also brought up the need for housing. So this guy is going to need a lot more juice. The ways of housing. I'm going to get the zoning all nice and dandy. Actually, I want to do this quickly. I'm going to change this guy just a little bit. We're going to see a huge drop in the population because this was high density. We're actually going to give this guy a quick change. We'll give it this, and we're going to go a small one just because there will be a lot of difference changes here. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Only problem is that every junction, it stops you. I always screw up at all the junctions. There we go, see that? And then just zone off. Flip sakes. Zone all of that guy. Get the name coming in the right spot here. This is gonna not be a walnut square. This is gonna be whatever, walnut square. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna actually give them a couple of policies here. The commercial, if any, is gonna be organic and local produce. The housing is gonna be high-tech housing. We're gonna give you a couple more policies. We're gonna give you recycling, parks and recreation. We're not gonna give you recycling plastic because that costs We'll do that in a different zone. We're also high-tech housing we don't quite have yet. We're actually very close to high-tech housing, which is not going to happen now that I've told it not to be the same thing. Damn it. Unfortunate. 400, 500 per week. Come on, come back. Damn, we just lost 1,000 people. Oh, it's unfortunate, dude. I am gonna give this guy though that guy, just so that these guys work a little bit better. I'm not using 2880 instead of 2400, but that is going to not help as much as we need. So garbage. Do we quite have these guys? The crucibles, the $70,000 crucibles. These guys are great because they're high-tech disposal facilities. These are an add-on to the game. These are not part of the game naturally. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually processing rate is 160,000 per week. That is more than what we need right now. Plus the fact that we'll have some help. So I'm gonna take both of these just to get this guy as soon as possible. These guys are really great. They take up no space. They can be plopped down anywhere. They do not create any pollution. They just create some noise pollution, which isn't too bad. Especially if we can put you at the commercial district. Because this area is going to be creating the most garbage for now. That'll be the only downside of that. But that's going right in the middle of everything. It'll be nice and easy. It doesn't look too bad, actually, at all. It doesn't look too bad at all. We're like that. We're liking that. We're liking this new highway road. We can still build down roads like this. And it'll be pretty cool to be underneath the bridge. And you can have housing down there because of how high the bridge is. Pretty cool. These guys need workers. And I just killed them all. Set them all out of our town. This is going to be built back up. A little bit better housing. But we're going to need to give them incentives. Which means education and it's going to need to be a lot. High schools? Not yet. Parkage. I can give you some parkage. Give you a couple parks. Incentives! Live in this town. Put one right there. Make everyone happy. Now, how are you guys doing? You guys doing good? You guys getting some people in? We're almost all the way back up to where we were before we told everyone to go leave, and then we'll do it again. Because what we're gonna do when we're gonna get 8,000 is because we're gonna give these guys high-tech housing, which basically means every time one of them upgrades, the next two houses next to it will upgrade, and it'll all just keep building up the land value, which if you can see here, not that one, that one. It's just kind of blue right now. There's a lot of green area next to the water because people love being next to the water. We're starting to see a little bit of green coming in here, but land value is pretty low, to be honest. So we're gonna give this guy a little bit of a boost. This right now is right in the middle. Don't know exactly what that would be number-wise, but it's nice to see that we could get this upgraded pretty quickly. We're 300 away from the next little bust there. Just make sure power, water is good. Garbage is now more than good. What else do we got? High school's good. Elementary's good. University we don't quite have yet. We just need a little bit more money. We're getting a lot of demand for commercial. Are you guys high dense? Or low dense? You're high density. Oh. We could get high density along the edge here. It's gonna be slow. I might as well do the paint bucket tool because of where this is and how it looks. Small city, there we go. Sweet. We're gonna go really quickly here and just give these guys a great policy. Oh shit. This guy, policies, city planning, high-tech housing. Sweet, that'll increase land value, bring in more people. I do not care for the cost because they will pay it in taxes. Oh, I forgot their taxes are too high, which is probably another reason why they want to be in here. Sweet, that whole line now has some extra, and I can put some there too. Don't mind that. Garbage. We just unlocked something. It's not showing me what it is. Thank you very much for telling me though. So now these guys aren't gonna like that for a bit, but what we can do is we can also give them incentives to come in taxes wise, because they're gonna get reset. We're just gonna do this. Offices haven't come in yet, so this is gonna be reset. We're gonna lose a lot of money here, but we've got $50,000. We can take the hit, and we'll fast forward because these guys are all gonna lose a big buff here. We're gonna get reset, or they won't. That's good to know. It's actually really good to know. What we can watch as the high-tech housing comes in. You start to see, like, whenever one upgrades, another upgrades, because they increase the land value really quickly next to each other. So I want to just kind of watch this at the fastest speed that we can. See what happens. This is a high-tech house, I know that for a fact. People are coming in as the taxes have dropped dramatically. But more money's coming in than what we were. We were at 1,000, now we're about 2,000 because taxes drop, people move in. See how this area is already green? It's getting a little bit greener just because of the high-tech housing. So now that's upgrading because this area is now a whole landmass value better, and it will increase the land value once it's done. So a little bit more, and you start to see that this area starts to just kind of grow. What we can also do is we can get some death care in here. That's fire. Because we've been needing some death care for a little bit while. Can I get a crematorium yet? No, I need a lot more people. Is there anything else I can get in the way of death care? That's healthcare. That's also death care. Let's just get a little bit of a plot here. Can I get that? I want to get you on a curve. I just could do it like right here. Sweet. They'll be happy. That'll bring a little bit more people in. Water is not right there. That's annoying. A little bit of an edge there. These guys are all upgrading as their land values are upgrading with the new death care. Let's go back to the land value here. Yeah, you're starting to see this area is getting a little bit better, and this area is getting land valued up. You're watching the land value going up to a darker blue, and this is starting to go green. You're starting to see that this whole area here is going green. This will be a little bit tougher to get green, but this area is green too. It's just because they're moving to high-tech housing, and every time they do, they upgrade. And every time one upgrades, another upgrades, and it just becomes a chain reaction that this whole area is very, very, very green. Land value is already up to 24. These guys need a little bit more fire, so we can do a big one here because of what this area is and will be. We're gonna do it just right next to this guy. Actually, we're gonna do it on the other side just so that people on the other side. Now that's nice. That is a very nice color. Police station's gonna need to happen. Noise. You're having noise complaint, which means I'm gonna put the police station right next to you so that you get deleted. Out of money. 60K. That's a lot of money. We'll wait for that to happen. As that's happening, we're just gonna watch the land value go up a little bit more. Starting to see right next to the fire station is not the greatest in the world. Everyone's happy except for the people that are getting noise complaints, especially since this gives off noise too. That's darker green. Starting to see that come up, or brighter green, to be better saying it. But you're just watching the land value going up, and as one does it, another does it. And this whole the land mass, is actually getting up a lot nicer here. The Spros being green, and the roads, these little alleyways are nice because they make the cars go really slowly. They make them kind of like figure themselves out. There's no stop sign, or there's just stop signs, there's no lights. But this little junction that was having a lot of problems is now actually not that bad because everyone wants to use this road a lot faster, a lot nicer. These guys are starting to have problems traffic wise, but this area is starting to get really green too. This area is really green. But this area is actually going the fastest and making it 27 now. Alone. This area alone is doing a lot of work here. Demand is going up. You're starting to see a lot of, like, this is just level 2 too. Like, these aren't like high level buildings. They're level 1s, level 2s. So if the land value is somewhere in this range right now, and they're just level 1s and 2s. Imagine what they'll be at level 3s, 4s, 5s. Amazing. That was really cool to think about. What can I do to help you on that journey? Fire department. Oh, it's police department. My bad. I want to get a police department up here just because this area is going to be really expanded. This area is going to be really expanded, so this kind of makes sense. I actually want to put it like right here or right here, just because that's kind of a bad area and they're having noise problems. Kind of want to get that done. Healthcare. That's death care. Death care is actually a problem in the city. Healthcare. How are you doing? Oh, you're doing pretty bad too. I want to get lots of stuff going up here. I just don't have the money. How are my loans going? Can I pay that off? Yeah, I just need to get more expansion going, honestly. Can't get that. I'm still working my way up to the next one. I'm at 9,500. What is the next one? Next one, 13,000. You get a lot of stuff. You get water treatment plants, you get destinations, large advanced crematoriums, and a crematorium itself. I'll probably end up doing that one. Destination's kind of cool too. High tech, death care. We'll be doing a lot of cool stuff like that. But let's just start getting. Ooh, that's actually not good. That's where I wanted to put my next area, but it's getting sewage. Oh, that's annoying. This area comes down. You kind of want the sewage to go. How do I get more zoomed out here? Can I do that? I can't quite see up there. I'm just trying to figure out where the kind of area that would be best to put sewage. It doesn't really seem like much. Unfortunate. Let's get back here. Ooh, do we want? Because they'll get sick down here. Where can I put more housing? I could put you up here. I can create a little off-ramp for it too, honestly. I could put some high density on the hillside here. We could also do a little bit more landscaping. But that'll be for next time. We'll do that all next time. So I'm gonna just cut it off here and say thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video and comment if you think I could do anything better or change anything just slightly to help you guys out a little bit. I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace.